I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm back. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed.
Okay, I want to talk about profits versus wages versus percentage of sales. Eat what you kill. Okay, I started out as a profit guy. I think we all do. You know, that would be. I don't want to say considered beta male because I don't want to insult everybody, but everybody starts off with profits. All right, trading time for money. Okay, majority of the world is like that. It's for a number of reasons. The first one that's going to come off the top of my head is for security. Okay. You give me security, meaning I will give you my time. Okay. I will give you my time for this wage. But in return, I want job security. I want to know that every week on clockwork that my check is going to be there for X amount of dollars. I also want to know that I hopefully can get insurance. And I also want to know, hopefully, that down the line, if I perform to your standards and your expectations, that you're going to give me a wage increase. That's when it comes to wages. Okay. I'm more of a profit type of guy. Profits, you're allowed to compound. Okay. You do the job is successful, they pay you for the job, and you go back and you do it again, again, and again. The leverage that you have over profits is that once you become successful at it, you can then hire individuals that can help you achieve your goal and hit your target, and therefore increasing and improving your productivity overall. Okay.
Ready to unlock the secrets of the stock market? Discover the fundamentals and unleash your potential for passive income. Compound interest, paired with strategic stock choices, can transform your future. Join us to learn the art of smart investments and strategic thinking. Ready to invest wisely, even in times of recession? Enroll now. Don't miss this opportunity to shape your financial future. Start your journey today.
Now, the third thing on the three-legged stool
You're in line.
retirement is your personal savings, whether that's cash, whether that's investments, and certainly your 401k. Look, I just did a whole episode on Sozcast yesterday that only 50% of Americans are actually invested in the stock market. So if you think you're just going to save your way to retirement or save your way to become a millionaire, you have another thing coming. You actually have to invest, and you actually have to use the power of compound interest to have your money grow. That's how I became a millionaire, just by pumping money in and year out. What's the maximum 401k contribution at this point? About 20 grand a year. So when you're doing that, your money grows and grows and grows. You actually have to invest, and you actually have to use the power of compound interest to have your money grow. That's how I became a millionaire, just by pumping money in and year out. You actually have to invest, and you actually have to use the power of compound interest to have your money grow. That's how I became a millionaire, just by pumping money in and year out. You actually have to invest, and you actually have to use the power of compound interest to have your money grow. That's how I became a millionaire, just by pumping money in and year out.
Now, percentage. All right, percentage is not as bad. Okay, that's something else that once you go into my consultant, all right, and you have something that you want me to sell, I have no problem doing that at a percentage. Okay, a eat what you kill position, just like a profit. Okay, meaning that if you don't kill anything, okay, I don't want to say eat what you kill because well, on YouTube or whatever, whatever that you reward yourself with closing the deals is what you're going to get at the end of the day. Okay. That meaning if you close 5 deals, you get a percentage of the deals. If you do not close no deals at all, you do not eat at all. Okay. You will starve. All right. So that's the big incentive. It's an incentive for both parties. All right. The employer that is providing the percentage and the individual that is doing the sales to go out there and make the sales, okay? And you want to make sure that you get a fair percent, something that you can live off of. Also, what many employers do, they tie a wage, or a wage to the percent. Okay, that's another way, and then the percent actually compounds over each sale that you make. So let's say you did have a bad week, or let's say you did have a bad 2 weeks, or even a bad month. You got your commission, not your commission, you got your pay wage to fall back on. Okay, however, let's say you have a good 6 months, okay, you're getting your pay wage of your salary and your wage, and on top of that, you're getting your commission. So it's extra icing on top of the cake, all right, which is building a better foundation for you. So you have to see what type of individual you are. Majority of people in the world, they are wage. They want to know, hey, listen, if I work X amount of hours, it doesn't matter if it's 40 hours or less or more, I get X amount of dollars. Can we come to that agreement? Is also the safe way out, okay? And a lot of people, they like to take the safe way out, the steady way out, especially if they have a family and they have obligations, okay? And once again, profits, you can compound on top of profits, because once you get good at it, you can hire individuals that will follow your dream, and then you can train them as well, okay? That's how you're going to save your time and energy, and that's how you're going to grow your business as an individual. So let's say, for example, you're a contractor, and let's say you build roofs, okay? And let's say, hypothetically, this is all hypothetically, you could do 10 roofs in one day. Well, if you want to expand that, you're going to train somebody that can do 5 roofs. Train them, say, hey, listen, I want you to start off doing 5 roofs. You're not me. Okay, so we're going to go at a slower pace. Another thing that you could do to help you do more roofs is that you can hire an assistant to help you do roofs. So instead of doing 10 roofs by yourself, the assistant, with your help, you're able to do an extra 5. And then you have the individual that you hired that's doing 5 roofs. Now you done increase productivity by half. So now you're getting 20 roofs done. Okay, that's how you do it. You multiply it, and you just keep multiplying, and you keep multiplying. How do you become a millionaire? You do the same thing over and over, but a million times. Okay, and you got to do it over and over again, but you got to do it correctly. That's why it's very important that you cut the learning curve, and this is why I'm making these type of videos, to help you cut these learning curves, so you don't make the mistakes that I made in the past. Okay, so that way you can actually better your future and get to where you need to get to a little bit faster. All right. And the good thing about these videos is that I'm not asking for a percentage. All I'm asking for is that if you find value in a video, is that you like, that you subscribe, you follow, you come aboard my Patreon, and you become a member. All right. I think that's something that's very simple, and the majority of it is free. So it's not asking for too much of you, and it's not even taking too much of your energy. Let me know if you want to know more, or you want me to go deeper into this topic. There's definitely more turning points that I could talk on with this, all right, because we haven't even discussed, and I'll make another video about buying back your time, okay? I know that there are apps that will do your shopping for you, okay? How much time did you save by letting the app do the shopping for you, okay? How much time did you save by taking a taxi or Uber? Okay, for example, you drive yourself, you're losing out on the time that you could be doing other things like working or planning. Okay, and also, right, I know a lot of people, I get a lot of pushback for this, especially when I'm out there and I'm talking to people. But a vehicle is a liability. Okay, you're paying out to it. Are you paying insurance? If you haven't paid it off, you're paying the loan for it, and everything depreciates with a vehicle. All right, unless maybe it's a classic car, but then you don't want to be driving it around. So what I had gotten to the practice of is only buying assets. Okay, so a car is a liability. All right, I don't want to get into a home, but I'm going to say a home is a liability. Okay. If you spent the better years of your life only purchasing assets, let's say 5 years, 10 years, all right, down the line, how could that improve your life and change your life instead of buying liabilities? A lot of people spend a lot of their hard-earned money on purchasing liabilities. Okay, Even the debate over renting versus having a home. Because guess what? When you rent, you pay the rent. However, when something breaks, you don't have to worry about fixing it yourself. You don't have to worry about hiring somebody to fix it. There's no extra cost that you're spending out. Okay. Now let's say you own a home, you got to pay the mortgage on that. You got to pay the taxes, and let's say if something catastrophic breaks, you got to pay to have that fixed. If you cannot afford to have that fixed, then it's going to sit there. Okay, so let's also look up assets. Okay, I can definitely make another video about that. What are assets? Paintings. All right, but certain paintings. All right, watches, certain watches, classic cars. This is just off the top of my head. Even books, comic books. Okay, I know individuals that have a comic book shop, and you wouldn't believe what they bring in. All right, vintage comic books. Okay, baseball cards. The list is long, but you gotta do your homework. You definitely gotta do your homework. I want to say stocks are an asset if they go up in value. Okay, and it's something that you could purchase and get rid of at the same time. That's the goal of an asset is to hold on to it. Property that you have in mind to sell. Okay, in another video, I talked very briefly about rentals. If you're buying a house to own for yourself, okay, I wouldn't really count that as an asset. But if you're a developer, okay, or you're in that business of real estate, okay, and you're buying multiple properties, especially buildings, and you want to sell them, flip them, or rent them, then that in that case that would be considered an asset. Okay, an asset is anything that's going to generate you money. A liability is anything that's going to take away money.
Are you a busy business owner? Do you have a team? Do you need a seasoned CEO to turn the situation around for the better? When it comes to finances, when it comes to business, do you have your systems in place? Book now a conference call for $200 an hour, and if you need more hands-on approach or more hours, call for our consultant prices so you can get the hourly rate adjusted. We are operating worldwide. Send us a detailed email to support@knowledgetv.net about your needs with your name, business, and contact information so we can reach out to you as soon as possible.
Okay, I'm going to leave the video up there. Please take the time to like, subscribe. Thank you again for watching. I understand that the competition out here is very fierce, and I want to make my digital footprint. I showed you my resume. I definitely think I'm worthy of this. And please let me know in the comments what you would like to see, what you would like to hear. At the end of the day, there's no me without you. So I got to keep you entertained, and this is knowledge. Knowledge is the key to the city of riches, and knowledge is what's going to help take you and keep you to the next level. Because remember, just because you make it to the next level is not guaranteed to you. Oh, yes, I made it. I can relax now. No, it doesn't work like that. Once you made it and you're at the next level, you got to stay on your A game to stay there because there's always someone else. The best example that I can give is the Rocky movie with Mr. T. He made it to the top. Then I believe he wasn't that hungry anymore. And Mr. T was very hungry, super hungry. Okay. And he wanted that spot. Okay. So even if you're not hungry no more and you're like, oh, nonchalant, you got to stay on your A game. Okay. And I take this own advice for myself. We had a great 6 months. We hit records and my team is happy and we're celebrating. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, all right, we're going to celebrate, but tomorrow we're going to go twice as hard. Okay. And I tell my team, just because we made it here, now we got to do what we got to do to stay here. Okay. I'm always thinking, always innovating. Always, always. I can name a number of copycats. Oh, Mo did it. I can do it. In the long run, I want to say there's nothing wrong with that. The thing that I don't want to say that strikes me is that we be in the same territory, or this individual would have worked for me at one point in time and they would have actually did a sloppy job for me. But for themselves, they want to do the best job. And it doesn't always work out for them, karma. All right, you cannot do, before you want people to serve you, you got to become a servant of man. All right, and karma is definitely real. All right, so once you get to the top, you got to do whatever you got to do to stay at the top. I don't want to say that I'm necessarily hungry, but I'm very intuitive. I understand what's going on, and I'm always working on my craft, always working on my craft, so that when I am presented with a challenge or a setback or obstacle, I'm able to perform at my highest, best peak to be able to take care of the situation and be able to move forward. Okay, so thank you again for everybody for watching. Definitely stay tuned and hear from y'all very soon.